So you're thinking about moving to Birmingham, Michigan, but you want to know the good, the bad, the yin, the yang, the pros and the cons of living in Birmingham, Michigan. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to cover in this video because I get questions all the time from people who are looking to make their move to Birmingham or the Bloomfield area. So they're usually doing a comparison of all the areas right around that Woodward corridor. I have to have a discussion with clients all the time, so I thought it would be good to let you know up front what's the good and the bad. That way, when we get on a call, we can get a little more in depth with the real estate side of it, with exactly what will fit for your family. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about on this video. And we're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about living in Oakland County, Michigan, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Oakland County, Michigan. My name is Holly Amato with Keller Williams Realty, and I love getting phone calls and emails from people just like you looking for help on making their move to Birmingham, Michigan. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send an email. All of the information is in the description below, so we can help you make a smooth move to Birmingham. Let's get into it. Birmingham is located about 20 miles northwest out of Detroit. It's very centrally located to the major expressways, and that would be one of its pros, which is its location. Birmingham's also about 15 minutes from Troy, Michigan, which is the most populated city in Oakland County. Troy also has the largest number of office centers. It's the home of automotive corporations and numerous financial companies. Regardless of where you're working, you'll find an expressway that you can get to where you need to go, which of course is a huge pro for people who are commuting to work on a daily basis. Our second pro in the city of downtown Birmingham would be the shopping district. If you have an opportunity to check it out, you won't be disappointed. I did a community video based downtown, and I walked up and down the streets and gave you tons of information. So when you get a moment, you should check out that video as well. But they've got over 300 retailers and top-rated restaurants. It's a really fun atmosphere, and if you need something, you'll be able to find it down there. That brings us to our first con, though, which would be the parking situation in Birmingham, downtown Birmingham specifically. Everything is pretty much a metered situation. They do allow the Park mobile app, which is very convenient, but some people look at it as a con if you've got to pay to park. They do, of course, have some parking structures, and it just depends how close they are to where you need to go. Now, I look at this as not a big deal because if it's a beautiful day, what's wrong with taking a little bit of a walk? However, when we get those Michigan winters and the weather's cold and we're dealing with snow and slush and not as fun conditions, it definitely could be considered a con. Third on the list of pros to living in Birmingham, Michigan would be the overall community vibe. There are lots of events on their calendar, including a seasonal farmers market, restaurant week, shopping sidewalk days, movies at the park, 2 amazing parks, art shows, movie theaters. There's literally always something going on down there. And you could pretty much go down almost any day of the week and find something going on in one of the parks for kids having a puppet show, or like I said, an art show or sidewalk shopping. They're constantly coming up with ways to get people involved in the community, which is an amazing attribute to city living. Also, greatschools.com will report great ratings for the schools. And the thing about the schools down there, they're also, the area of Birmingham is pretty centrally located to a lot of private schools as well. So if you're interested in the private school system, they're very close to a lot of the top rated schools in the private school area as well. While having an amazing community that you live in is a huge perk to living in an area, there is a downside which would be considered another con, and that is property taxes. So when you take a look at Oakland County as a whole, the average household is paying roughly $3,573 a year in property taxes. Now in Birmingham, I went to the actual assessor and treasurer's office, and I got the figure that their average per year is $3,840.81. Now here's the thing. That's not normal though. It is higher than the average in Oakland County, but here's the deal. Birmingham taxes go as high as $50,000 or more because that average that was given to me is based on homesteaded only. So what that means is, for example, if somebody had 2 homes and one of their homes in Birmingham wasn't their primary residence, that's not included in that data. And there's a lot of people who have homes just like that, or homes that are being rented out. So they're not included. And then of course, people love Birmingham. So they may have been living there for 50 years. They may be the first owner of the home. So their taxes are much lower because they're grandfathered in to those lower taxes. They only go up 5% or less based on the inflation rate each year. So that's something to keep in mind. When I look at taxes in Birmingham, they're typically around $10,000 or more because people have torn down older homes and rebuilt. And of course, as soon as you do that, or as soon as a house is sold, it uncaps and that taxable value pops up to the current day. So if they've been living there forever and they're enjoying a much lower tax rate, as soon as that house is sold, now we've got a higher tax. So there's a lot of people that are paying much higher taxes. I will say, if you take a look at taxes in Oakland County, you will find that Birmingham has one of the highest in the area. But hey, you gotta pay for all these amazing amenities somehow. Next on our list of pros would be the 2 hotels that call home Birmingham, Michigan, the Townsend, which has been there forever and is just won award after award for exemplary concierge service. They have meeting areas and meeting rooms, ballrooms for weddings and events. You can have people, if you have people coming in from out of state, they have boardrooms. They're really known for being able to facilitate pretty much anything you need to have accomplished. And their rugby room has won awards in the food service industry. I think they're on the Forbes list, if I'm not mistaken. Also, the Daxton is a newer hotel, but they are unrivaled in their ability to provide an amazing stay and amenities, concierge service, the same types of event service, weddings, showers, meeting rooms are available, private areas. You can pretty much host anything that you want at one of these 2 locations. And something that I think is a lot of fun to do, and I just started doing within the last couple of years, is taking what we call a staycation. What is a staycation? Well, a staycation is when you just can't seem to get out of town and you just want to get out of your head, maybe for a weekend. Just book a night or a weekend over at one of these hotels with your family, with your spouse, by yourself, just to get some me time. And you can feel like you are away from all of it. Birmingham also has some amazing spas, so you can add that to your list of pros. So that pretty much gives you a great summary. We could go on for hours and hours on all of the amazing things Birmingham, Michigan offers when we count up all the positives that are found in the downtown area with regards to shopping and restaurants and entertainment, not to mention all the community events they have scheduled on a regular basis. And if you have school-age kids, it's a great place to be. The walkability of the city is something people move to Birmingham to have. Of course, with anything, there are a few downsides, and most of them have to do with the pocketbook. The property taxes are definitely going to be on the high side, as well as the new homes for sale. And of course, parking is metered. And that walkability factor may not be such a perk when winter rolls around. New construction definitely falls under both categories. But all in all, the city works really hard to make living in Birmingham, Michigan an extraordinary experience. I hope this gives you a great overview of the pros and cons of living in the Birmingham area. And if I can be of further assistance to helping you make that smooth move to Birmingham, please give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. And until next time, well, I hope to be able to show you around town.